My wife cheated with my cousin and had a baby. My family kept it secret for years, and now they want back into my life as I've found success. I met my wife Tori in college. We dated for 3 years before I proposed. She said yes, and we got married right after graduation. My cousin Danny was my best man at the wedding. He gave a speech about how happy he was for us, and how we were perfect for each other. We moved into a small apartment in the city. I was working 60-hour weeks at a startup while Tori stayed home job hunting. Danny lived 20 minutes away and would come over all the time because his lease was up and he was crashing at his mom's place. I thought it was nice. My wife had company while I was working late. Danny would help her run errands and fix things around the apartment. I was grateful. About a year into our marriage, Tori told me she was pregnant. I was so happy I literally cried. I called my parents immediately. They were thrilled. My mom started planning a baby shower. My dad said he was proud of me. When our son was born, I named him after my grandfather. I took 2 weeks off work to help Tori. Those were the best 2 weeks of my life. I changed diapers at 3 a.m. I made bottles. I held him while Tori slept. But something was off. My mom came to visit and she looked at the baby weird. She kept looking at me, then the baby, then back at me. When I asked what was wrong, she said nothing and changed the subject. Danny stopped coming around after the baby was born. I thought it was because new parents are busy and he was giving us space. But then I noticed he was avoiding me at family events too. He would show up late and leave early. He never looked me in the eye. 2 years went by. My startup got acquired and I made enough money to buy a house. We moved to the suburbs. Tori seemed happy but distant. She was always on her phone and would hide the screen when I walked by. One night I woke up at 2 a.m. and she wasn't in bed. I found her in the kitchen crying on the phone. When she saw me, she hung up immediately. She said it was her sister. Her sister lives in a different time zone, so that made sense. I went back to bed. A month later, my company sent me to a conference across the country. I was supposed to be gone for 3 days, but the conference got canceled last minute because of a venue issue. I didn't tell Tori. I thought I would surprise her by coming home early. When I pulled into my driveway at 9 p.m., Danny's car was parked in front of my house. I thought maybe something was wrong. Maybe there was an emergency. I walked through the front door quietly. The living room was empty. I heard voices upstairs. I walked up slowly. My bedroom door was open. Danny was sitting on my bed. Tori was next to him. They were looking at something on her phone and laughing. Then he leaned over and kissed her. I stood there frozen. My whole body went cold. Danny looked up and saw me. His face went white. Tori screamed. I didn't say anything. I just turned around and walked back downstairs. I grabbed my keys and left. I drove to a hotel and sat in the parking lot for an hour before I could even move. The next morning, my phone was blowing up. Tori called 47 times. Danny called 23 times. My mom called 12 times. My dad called 8 times. My brother called twice. I only answered my brother's call. He told me he needed to tell me something important. He said he was sorry he kept it from me for so long. He said everyone knew about Tori and Danny. They had been together since before the wedding, and the baby might not be mine. I hung up the phone and threw it against the wall. I got a paternity test done that week. The results came back in 10 days. The baby I had been raising for 2 years wasn't mine. He was Danny's. I filed for divorce immediately. I didn't fight for custody because legally I had no ground to stand on once the paternity was established. Tori tried to contact me hundreds of times, but I blocked her number. I blocked Danny. I blocked my parents. I blocked everyone who knew and said nothing. I threw myself into work. Within the next 4 years, I helped launch another startup. This one went public. I made more money than I ever thought possible. I bought a penthouse downtown. I traveled to 12 countries. I dated women who actually respected me, and I heard nothing from my family. Not a single word for 4 years. Then last month, I got a letter in the mail. It was from my mom. She wrote 3 pages about how sorry she was, how she didn't know what to do, how she thought keeping the secret was protecting me. She said my dad was sick and wanted to see me. She said Tori and Danny got married and were struggling financially. She said they thought maybe I could help them out since I was doing so well. I read that line 5 times to make sure I understood it correctly, and now that I'm successful, they want back in. I wrote back one sentence: lose this address.